Shalom, family.
Shalom.
We're going to be doing a series on a book titled The Infancy of Jesus Christ. And the book is actually one of the lost books. And you see here we got two of the books titled Lost Books of the Bible, written by two different people, and they have different books in them that you can look up. Most of these are like New Testament books that were not included. And just to give you a little history on the infancy of Jesus Christ, the book was written around the second year BC, and we're talking about the second century BC. So we're talking about it's as old as all the other Gospels, but it wasn't included with the Gospels. Mm-hmm. And actually, just to let you know, the book was actually titled The Gospel of Thomas. You see how you got the Gospel of Matthew, Luke, and John. This is the Gospel of Thomas, and it talks about the early years of the Mashiach.
Now, they call it the infancy of Jesus, but we know it's Yahusha. But if you do a search for the infancy of Yahusha, you're not going to find it. So we have to use that name Jesus so that anyone who wants to read this book or search this book, you'll find it under the infancy of Jesus. Okay? And some very interesting stuff in this book. Before we get into that, just to let you know, some of these books that are a part of the lost books, for those of you who like to research and go a little deeper than just what the King James Version has provided, some of the other books that you're going to run into are the Gospel of the Birth of Mary, the first Gospel of the Infancy of Jesus Christ. That's the one that we're going to be doing a series on now. And then, of course, the second part of that is Thomas's Gospel of the Infancy of Jesus Christ, the Gospel of Nicodemus,
which I love that book.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Apostles' Creed, and there's just so many more in here. And different lost books will have other titles as well.
That's right. Just put these on the screen so you can see what books we're referring to. You see the names of them, mm-hmm. and who wrote them. Mm-hmm. This Gospel of Thomas, I started reading some of this a few years ago. It's the hidden sayings of Jesus Christ or the Mashiach. Mm-hmm. Okay, but it's pretty interesting.
You know what I find funny? We only hear about doubting Thomas, right? That's the only thing you really hear, because everything is from such a Christian point of view that we forget that there was a lot more to these people than just the few lines of text that may have been inserted in the 66 books.
That's right.
For instance, Jannes and Jambres. We talked about this before, how you just got that one line of text in the KJV, but there is a lot more to their story if you get some of the other books. And anyone wanting to expand their knowledge, we would encourage you to get some of these books. Get the Pseudepigrapha, the Septuagint, mm-hmm. The Lost Books, and the Apocrypha, and so many other books that have a lot more information. To believe that the Most High only wanted us to have the 66 books that the Catholic Church decided is all we needed. I mean, that's ridiculous to believe that that's where it's supposed to stop, because that's what they chose. And that's the argument that a lot of people use. They say, well, these are the only books that are canonized. By who? You see? And so to follow after the belief of the Gentile nations that this is all we need is ridiculous, you see. But as we get into the infancy of Jesus Christ, you're going to see that the picture that they have painted of him through Christianity, we want to put that up on the screen real quick, is not a true and accurate picture. He's been painted as someone that is very docile. Very docile. We're trying to get that image up on the screen for you right now. One moment here. Okay, there it is. He's been painted as someone very docile and very feminine looking and acting, you see. And many people have that image or one of these images engrafted into their mind, and they look at the stories of all the forgiveness and, even the man-written stories where they're saying things like, where they're showing right there, that's what I was just about to say. They're showing images of him holding a lamb or little children gathered at his feet or whatever. So everyone wants that image in their head of the Messiah. They don't want the image, the true image.
That's right.
Like in the book of Revelations where it says, and I will kill her children with death. Oh, that sounds really harsh, right? But when you look at the infancy of Jesus Christ, it's going to show a whole other side that people don't want to be familiar with.
That's right.
I remember some years ago there was a Gentile who said that the God of the Old Testament was a mean, and he used the word bastard.
Yeah.
Okay. But the God of the New Testament, in which they're trying to make a separation and make it seem like they're just two different things going on. But the God of the New Testament seems to be a lot nicer.
Yeah.
You see, that is the image that the world has pushed. And so therefore, when you read the Gospel of the Infancy, some people have doubts that it's real because it shows that, look, the Most High is not playing with us.
You know, it's funny when you... What's really funny, it's all in how people interpret the scriptures. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at the Messiah in even Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, mm-hmm. he's not this image of JC holding a lamb. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's very blunt and very straightforward. Even the way he deal with the Sadducees and the Pharisees, you know, you hypocrites, scribes, Pharisees, you know. I mean, he wasn't this little lamb holding type person, even in the scriptures. Mm-hmm. And even when you read Revelations, he said, I will kill her children with death, right? Mm-hmm. And you hear about all these terrible plagues and stuff he's going to pour out, right? Mm-hmm. You see, even when the apostles, get to see it, when the Ruach first fell, right? And the apostles had set up the assembly, what happened? 2 people died because they lied to the Ruach, right? So they paint this nice, cuddly picture of the Mashiach and of the God of heaven, you know, which he never changed. Mm-mm. And this book proves it.
Yeah, he said, I didn't come to bring peace. Think not that I've come to bring peace. I came to bring a sword. Yeah. And so the infancy of Jesus Christ is going to open up your understanding a lot better than anything you've read in the 66 books. So that's what this series is going to be about.
Yes, exactly.
Those of you who want to join us, I'm pretty sure there are free PDFs that you can download online. Right. If you already have the book, we suggest that you dive into it, do some reading in there, and find out some of the things that young Yahusha, the young Mashiach, was up to. Okay, some of it might scare you, but it should. Mm-hmm. You see, it should. So what you want to Google is the Gospel of Thomas PDF or the Infancy of Jesus Christ PDF. And you can probably download it free of charge.
That's right. Well, on that note, we're going to say
Shalom.
Shalom.